So are you one of those golfers who's watched all the videos on YouTube about how you're going to bomb driver? You know that you need to get that golf ball up in your stance, get that bit of spine tilt, hit up, and off we go. But unfortunately, with all the excitement before the shot, you end up hitting shots like that. Horrible slices out to the right that go nowhere, get you in trouble, lost golf balls, and you end up just watching more and more videos trying to fix it. Well, if that's the case, hopefully this will be the last video you will ever need to stop slicing your driver. Now, I know that's a bold claim, isn't it? So let's talk about what causes the slice. So the golf ball sets off very, very close with driver to where the club face points at impact. So on that last one there, my club face was actually pointing just left of target, but the path of the club, which then creates the shape relative to the path, to the face, was way left of that. So the ball set off slightly left and curved viciously to the right. Now, part of the issue there is that most golfers know that they want to hit up on the golf ball. And when I say that, they get their low point behind the golf ball, the club's traveling up, and we know that in theory that's going to launch the ball high with very low backspin, hence nice and efficient, and what all the long drivers in the world do. The problem is though, when you swing the club comes to the inside. As you're coming down, the club is traveling to the right or from the inside. It reaches its low point, and as it's traveling up, it starts working left or more out to in. So in theory, the more up in the air you tee the ball, the more up you hit on the golf ball, the more out to in your swing path will be. So straight away, that's going to be an issue, isn't it? And for a lot of golfers, that's the first thing that they try and fix. So they'll stand there and they'll say, right, okay, so I'll move my ball position a little bit more towards the centre, and I'm going to put a swing on it now. So I shouldn't be as far behind. And it's a much better strike. And we can see my low point's actually been ahead of the golf ball. So the club's moved down. The club path was much better, only 3 degrees out to in. But the big issue is my club face was still 4 degrees open. So the first thing we need to do is fix the face. Now, I'm not saying that tweaking ball position and things won't help. It will, but if we don't fix where that club face is going to be at impact, you will always get that ball shaping that way. So there's a few ways you can do it, and I'm happy for you to kind of experiment and see which works for you. You could, with the hands in their regular position on the golf club, move your hands more to the right-hand side, or a stronger grip for some people. You might be one of those golfers who actually, because you're trying to hit it straight, really steers the club through impact. So you might be a golfer who feels that they want to let that club face rotate a little bit more. I'm not talking about just all hands and arms, but you might feel that just by trying to close the club face a little bit better, you get a better result. Now, with my coaching, there's no one way of doing it for anybody, but the thing for me is I don't really like changing my grip too much, but I do like just focusing on what I'm trying to do with the club face. So I'm going to keep the ball forward like it was before, so I'm going to hit up, but I'm going to try and get that club face to point more left as I strike the golf ball. So I set up, a completely different shape of shot. So my low point was behind, my path was still 3 degrees. Now Trackman's showing the club face as 2.9 degrees open. I'll be honest, I actually caught that a little bit towards the toe, and the curve on the face shows that as open. But the club face was in a much, much better position, even with the strike, than I was to begin with. So again, let's go for another one, see if I can match strike a little bit more on this one. So balls forward, try and get that club face to close a little bit more through impact. Okay, so low point was behind, so I've still hit up lots and lots. Club face, again, was toey, and that's always my strike, but club face now, much, much better than it was. And we can see there that the ball set off much straighter, but then curved to the left. Right, so once you started to fix face, and it might take you more than a couple of swings to do that, but once you've started fixing face and getting the ball setting off a little bit left and then curving to the left, there still might be the issue that that low point being behind is causing an out to in swing path. Now, if we want to draw the ball or hit it straighter, we have to set the ball off a little bit further right, particularly if it's going to draw. So we need to start changing the direction of our swing and our swing path. So you could say, right, okay, I'm going to now feel like I drop the club more on the inside to swing out to the right. Or very simply, you could just start aiming a little bit further right. Now, I know for the purists, they're going to say, well, you're not changing your swing. You're not. But the key thing for me is, if it's very hard to work on more than one thing at once. And I think when guys are trying to control face a little bit and path change, very often they'll only do one of those things well. Some of the time they'll do neither of those things well. So if by changing the face you're now getting a little bit of a pull draw, as long as it's consistent, you can then aim right. And because Trackman's now showing up down the target line, it will instantly improve your path. So I'm going to aim a little bit further right. I'm also going to feel like I swing a little bit more to the right, but I'm going to keep the ball forward. So I know I'm going to control the face. Certainly my aim and alignment is going to help improve my path. Let's see if we can hit more of a little draw. So a little bit more shape than I would like to see, but if you are a slicer of the golf ball, you won't dislike that at all. We can see the low point's been nearly 7 inches behind. My path has been 3 degrees from the inside, and my club face was 4.5 degrees closed. Now, that one didn't actually go that far through the air, won't have had a lot of spin on it, so would have run out a lot. Certainly as well, I'm taking a little bit of speed out of my swing there to try and just improve my awareness. I'm not a believer that more speed means less control, but I think sometimes when you swing at full speed, you're not able to feel the changes you're making. So I'm happy if the speed drops off a little bit for you to start delivering the club better. Then as you get a bit more confident with that, can you put that bit more speed back in? So I'm going to aim a little further right again. Still going to feel like there is an element of me swinging a bit more from the inside as well. But then I really need to make sure that club face is good through impact. Now that's right out the toe. It's done what I needed it to do. Trackman will show face being more open than it needs to be there. So that was right out the toe. And it's important, certainly, and I make guys understand this, when we look at numbers on Trackman, it is important to look at strikes. So I'll just show you the strike on that one so you understand why. So we can see 3/4 of an inch out of the toe there, which is going to show up as about 4 degrees more open than the middle of the face. So in theory, I have closed the club face a couple of degrees, which would have given shape. The toe strike's exaggerated it a little bit. But again, if you're somebody who's hit either high, soft slices or low, horrible ones out to the right, something like that will seem like a fantastic shot. So let's see if I can get one out the middle. I've been loads out the middle today, if I'm being honest, but we've stopped slicing the golf ball and we've started turning it more right to left. So again, we're going to aim down the right to help with the path. Going to feel a little bit more from the inside, swinging to the right. I've kept the ball forward, so I haven't had to change my ball position to help, but just going to get that club face a little bit closed at impact. So out the middle of the golf club, definitely swung more from the inside there. We can see the face at 2.4 degrees. Club face just under 1 degree closed, so not a huge amount closed, but a very straight golf shot, 245 yards carry and 282 yards total. Now, I'm not promising those kind of distances. It's all going to be relative to how far you hit the golf ball. But the first thing you need to fix is face. And you fix face either by strengthening your grip or actually just being a little bit more aware of closing the club through impact. Straight away, that's going to improve your shot. If then you are somebody who's hitting kind of a little bit of a pull draw, we need to get you swinging more from the inside. Again, you can do that as a swing thought or align your body a bit more to the right and allow a consistent swing to give you a consistent shot. But I always say, if you're somebody who's sliced the ball horrendously, to miss a few fairways left would actually seem like a really nice problem to have, but work through one or both of those steps that we've gone through, and honestly, you will stop slicing your driver ever again. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like it and share it, comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. There's another video just there that hopefully will help you with your game. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.